All right, guys, this is Paul Singh, the Market Speculator, with the trade report for Friday, May 10th, 2019. Trade talks still going on. What I've seen, I haven't looked at it too deeply. We're just following the price action, but doesn't look great. Another tweet storm from the president. But trade talks are ongoing today, so hopefully we get some kind of news to resolve what's going on, which obviously would help us in trading in the markets, because we want an edge and we don't want to be caught in a spot where we're just prisoners to news, to the tweets that come out, to whatever scenarios play out, and this back and forth kind of reactions to things we can't predict. So we want that out of the way. Currently in no positions. Technically, if we weren't worried about all this trade stuff, I would be short right now. So, we're breaking down below the 50-day moving average. I'd love to get short here, but I feel like it's too risky right now with, if something comes out today, the news is good, and boom, we start going further to the upside. So we're going to wait and see. Basically, same game plan as yesterday. We've got the indexes, SPY, Qs, IWM, and then semiconductors, financials, maybe even oil, and we're ready to flip either a short or a long on these things, depending on what happens once we get this trade talk out of the way. Hopefully it's today, the end of it, and then next week we can start normal trading. We even have to stay away from earnings breakouts type stuff just because of what the market's doing, or the trade talks. The Qs sitting right at the 50-day moving average. It'd be fantastic to start to get a bounce here that would really set up a continuation pattern to the upside. And then IWM sitting right at its key 50 and 200-day moving averages, which before the trade talks looked fantastic, looked like we're breaking out of this range, but now we're pulling back here. And then semiconductors, not so good, and financials as well. Home builders have held up pretty good. So this is a relative strength area. Let's watch home builders. Oil has held up pretty good here too. After pulling back, we'd got stopped out of our oil position, but sitting right at its key moving averages. Maybe I take a shot here and just put on a small position. If it was to bounce with UWT, we could get a big win and minimize the loss. But I think the best bet is just to hold on and wait. Let's take a look at the FANG stocks. Facebook, I like. Earnings breakout has pulled back with the market on these trade talks. And remember, we're going to watch to see how it handles the gap level here. If it can pull back to 84.50, 184.50, and then bounce off that level, that'll be a slam dunk entry. Netflix, we got stopped out here on the hammer, and looks like it's continuing down after putting in a potential reversal hammer, but this is a lot to do with the market. Google holding its 200-day moving average. We're going to watch that closely. And Amazon here looks ready to pull back to these moving averages. And Apple as well. Looks like it's going to test the moving averages after a great earnings, and now has broken down below the earnings gap level, mostly due to the market. Tech has got hit a lot. Apple is very heavily influenced by the trade talks with China. Some areas of relative strength. Monster holding up well, pulled back to the 9 and is showing strength. This is so strong, maybe we can enter it here, just take a shot. Maybe as I'm talking, maybe I take a shot here at one thing, risk maybe 0.7%, which doesn't have too much of an impact. Twilio holding up well as well. Team on fire. We just got out of that trade. Roku continuing off yesterday's earnings breakout. GoPro is breaking out on earnings, but pulling back a little bit here. Z, also Zillow, breaking out towards its 200-day moving average. FSLR, also pins ETF. Remember the ranges we're watching, 30 and the all-time high at 35. Lyft has been showing a little bit of strength here, does not want to break down below this big candle here, and we'll watch if it ever does recover 62. And we all know Uber is IPOing today, so we'll keep an eye on Uber, although we're not going to trade it right now. Disney, after some really good news, is starting to pull back here. We'll watch how it tests the bottom of the breakout bar. So that's it. Basically, stay idle unless we get any news, and we really don't even know if we're going to go long or short until the news comes out.